Welcome to Your Town. It's a monthly program. I'm Marianne Leffel. I'm president of the Monterey County Business Council, and I host one of these every month. So tune in and learn a little bit more about your community. We've got two great guests today, and I'm going to start with one of my absolute favorite people on the whole planet, and she's worked with me on projects, I think, for about 25 years. So Marianne Carbone, Mayor of Sand City. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, you had a great month last month in Sand City. How many people attend the West End celebration?
Well, West End is coming up in like about 10 more days. So there's thousands that come to attend, and it's a great 3 days of activities. We have a kickoff party on Friday night that benefits nonprofits. I believe this year it's Guitars Not Guns. And then it's a free 2-day event on Saturday and Sunday with lots of great free music and artists and just great time.
So, I'm going to hold this up a second. So, it's the poster. Now, we're being shown right now in September. So West End has already happened by the time the viewers will see this.
Oh, okay.
So, but this was this year, and if you saw the lineup, you should have been there because it's fabulous. So anyway, I've gone every year. I'm going to miss this year, but I promise I'll be back next year. I won't schedule something. So let's talk about it. Sand City's done a great job of developing an artist community. And in my banking days, I had 2 or 3 artists who came to me for live-work spaces. And Sand City really was the first municipality around here to really adopt that and to start allowing people to live in the space that they were working in. And it has paid off in dividends, I think, both for Sand City and for our community as a whole, because it provided a kind of a haven for people of like mind who are creative. So kudos to you.
Well, thank you. So yes, Sand City's vision was to go with a planned or mixed units. So their vision was to create a workspace and living space, and to help like with the with a footprint so that people could work and live in their community. And it turned out to be a great little hub of people, or the artists in down near the West End. And it's a really kind of city in motion, moving and happening. So
No, it's fun. It has so much energy, Marianne, when you go there. And, you see people coming out their front door and walking into the neighbor's front door, and they exchange ideas, and they help each other. Mm-hmm. So it's truly a community, and I love being there and feeling that. It just feels good. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm so excited you opened it up to the whole public for the West End celebration so more people can see what you've got going on there.
Yes. So yes, this way we get to showcase our artists and invite everyone into our city to come and check it out, and check out the artists and the city and see what the Sand City has to offer.
So it's perfect. Now, Sand City's had a ton of changes this year. So David Pendergrass was the mayor for how many years?
39 years.
39, holy cow. And he announced his retirement, and he moved out of the area to be closer to family. So your council elected you as the mayor.
Yes.
And then immediately you had another council member who announced moving out of the area.
Yes, we did.
And so you appointed, is it Greg Hawthorne to fill that first position?
We have filled, we had Todd Kruper leave, our councilman, and he moved up north to follow his dreams, and he was an artist. And so he left, and we had the city council decided to put me in as mayor, elect me in as mayor, to finish out the term of David Pendergrass to 2018. And then we had put out a request to citizens on who may like to be a part of city government. And we had a few people, and we interviewed and voted, kind of voted in between amongst the council, and they ended up picking Gregory Hawthorne, and owner of Hawthorne Gallery down the coast, and he's been a resident in the city for about 20 years.
Well, he built one of the first really nice live-work units.
He did. He did.
Yeah, and really, I think, I'm going to say, raised the bar on the way that street looked. So, and then you had a second person who resigned.
And then so Greg filled my spot because Mayor Pendergrass left. So, and then Todd Kruper left. So we had a second spot, and then we filled that spot with Kristen McDaniel.
Okay.
And she is a local resident, a young lady with a little family, and we thought she's bright and interested in the city, and young mother, so thought, well, that would be a good mix to with the city council, since we're all, been on there forever. So
Yeah, no, that's great. I really think it's great. Have some new ideas, new blood, and
right.
it's always good to have some change.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of change, I mean, Sand City probably had the most remarkable change since I've lived here of any place, because it was the old kind of like sand and gravel place, and it's where people went, and there were a lot of businesses that were kind of sometimes half thought out. So now it's just totally remarkable. It's where everybody goes. If there's one person around here that hasn't been to Costco, I'd like to meet him.
Well, you're putting it pretty lightly, Mary Ann. The Sand City was the old dumping ground of the Monterey Peninsula. So it was incorporated in 1960 by, back then, I guess he was a developer or contractor, Phil Calabrese. And from there, the city started to evolve. So that was the beginning of the city, and it was blighted and run down, and you could see along the beach there is a lot of concrete and stuff that we still need to take care of, but the city has been moving in a positive direction on becoming a good steward to our beautiful bay. The city, I believe it's like a mile and a half long, Sand City, by about a half a mile wide, and the Pacific Ocean is our border to the inside. The city of Seaside is our neighbor, and so we look at being stewards of the peninsula. That is a gateway to the peninsula, and then trying to make it a vibrant little community. So it has been a city in motion, change. We do have a couple shopping centers that were put in probably in the, 90s.
I think 90s, yeah.
And so those are regional hubs, shopping hubs for the peninsula. And so that's been a great asset, Costco. And what else is new?
Well, I think you have a whole plethora of artists who have moved in there, who are doing work there and selling whatever they create, and I think that's your west end, and then your east end is the more traditional retail. Is that correct?
Right. We have the some big box, so the shopping centers are to the north of the city. The west side is our old town, and that is where we have our little artist community. And so they're over there, creating and great. It's just great. There it will be a change coming here sometime in the future. We have a developer who's wanting to put in a couple hotels and some new housing units. So, and that that's new. It's a south of Tioga project. So that there is something that we will be looking at. And then, of course, our desal plant, so that we're able to build out the city in due time. And then in the meantime, our desal, we have leased it to Cal-Am for the overpumping of the Carmel River. So it's a part of the water solution at the peninsula right now. So.
Which is great. I mean, I really admire Sand City for just moving forward quietly and expertly and getting some solution built. I totally appreciate that. Okay. Everybody spends all their time talking and fighting and not getting anything done. So Sand City is my hero. They just kind of get it done.
Well, thanks. So it needs to be done. You do have to, have change or come to solutions or figure out the problems. And this desal plant, that was David Pendergrass, our past mayor. He served with a lot of the water boards and so different solutions to the water problems, and this was one of them. So this was kind of a first step in the peninsula's water woes. So
good.
Still working on it.
There are 2 beachfront developments, is that correct, that are somewhere in the approval process? They've either been approved or they are partially approved. Correct. Is that correct?
Correct. So back, I think it was around 2000, Sand City came to met with regional parks and state parks, and we had a peace accord where everything from Tioga south, the city would keep that as open space along the beach. So 70 to 80% of the beach areas in Sand City is open space. And we, as a part of that, the city had picked 2 building envelopes to the north of Tioga, and that would be for future development for property owners if they did deem so that they could do it. And there is a couple projects, a couple developments. One is Egg Gondor's project, and the other is King Ventures project, a smaller project.
So I look forward to seeing those move forward and come to fruition.
That would be nice.
That would be good. I think it would be good for all of us. Now, population is what, 330 about?
330.
And I know there are some new houses that have just been built or are being built. So do you expect to hit 400 anytime in the next few years?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we have, I think they just built nine or about 9, maybe 11 new homes.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 of them will be ready to see this weekend up for sale. Some beautiful homes. And then sometime here in the future, we have, I mentioned the South of Tioga project, and that project is going to consist of a couple hotels, small, and then some housing, which the developer is estimating, and this is just rough, 420 units or dwellings. So I'm calculating with small families, if you have a family make perhaps a 3, I'm estimating that probably might raise the population of the city by 1,200.
So that's remarkable growth.
So that's a whole nother story, and we're going to have to study that,
Yeah.
the impacts on that. So, but this is one of the things, you know, as far as upcoming developments and just things that we need to look at as a city.
So I want to talk about Indigenous people. So are you the only Native American mayor in the state of California?
Actually, I was told I was the only Native American mayor in the United States.
Wow.
That was told to me. Coast Weekly mentioned it when I was appointed or voted in as the mayor. I'm sure there's other Native people who hold other offices, but yes, that's true.
That's pretty remarkable.
It is.
It is. So I know you have a resolution,
I do.
and so is it the second week in October?
It is. It is. I am. There is a resolution coming to the city, and the resolution is to acknowledge Indigenous Peoples Day, and that will be coming to the city September 5th. So, and so this is kind of a big issue. There's in the Native American community, it's been spoken of for years now, and the Native people have been trying to address this with me and the Monterey cities, and as well as cities all over in each state. And so what they are wanting to do is to be recognized as the Native people, or the original people of the land. So in place of Columbus Day. So it may be controversial, but it will be coming to the city, and so look out for it.
Okay, well, I'm excited. So, Marianne, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll have you again because we want to stay updated on what's going on in Sand City. I think it's so important. And, you know, as small as that city is, it has tremendous impact on all of us, and the impact has been very positive. So, as one citizen of another city, I thank you for what you all have done. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, don't go away. We'll be back in a minute. This is Your Town. And we got lots more in store.